Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder, and welcome to the world of the IJN Akizuki. And will you look at this? Look at the top right corner, how I'm melting the Soviet destroyer at the range of 6 kilometers, and look at that rate of fire, single open firing, if you will, and open salvo. The Dakka has just simply no end. What an amazing ship, right? Well, in this video I have some scenes prepared showing obviously only the good parts. I was cherry picking here the, well, nice parts, what the ship can do under the best of circumstances. But let's just start with the major selling point of this ship, with what the ship is famous for, and those are the guns, so we can bring things into perspective. The Akizuki offers 4 twin turrets with those 100/65mm Type 98 Mod A cannons. They have a fantastic rate of fire of 2.9 seconds, and so the entire ammunition stock of 1,600 rounds can be completely depleted in under 10 minutes. Also, the turret rotation speed is really nice, the firing angles are great, the muzzle velocity of 1000 meters per second is awesome, and I think it is the best amongst any destroyer, let alone cruiser, and the precision is also top notch, so it is comparable to the German Type 1939 T-22 and also the Frunze, but those two destroyers are sitting at 3.7. This one is having a battle rating of 4.7. So the guns are outright amazing in delivering a complete rainbow towards the enemy that will not stop, except at the 10-minute mark. And you can repeatedly hit the enemy, you knock out guns, you deliver bridge hits so the enemy loses control over his ship, and on top of this you set them on fire, you cause minor flooding, you kill the torpedo tubes, you reduce the crew quickly, right? Yes, you do, versus cruisers and patrol boats. Not so much versus cruisers, and that is the absolute killing point of this ship, to which I will come in just a moment. So every ship has pros and cons, and I need to run them down because it's easy to hype this ship, to cherry pick the good parts, show all the double, triple, or quadruple kills, and then just say this is the ultimate destroyer. And certainly it has some aspects. For example, it has a lot of secondary weapons, 20 single 25mm and 5 triple 25mm, as well as up to 8 610mm Type 93 long lance torpedoes. So the ship got everything, right? The best torpedoes, the fast firing guns, the greatest DPM in the game with on any warship that has major caliber naval guns. So how can this ship be bad? Well, to be honest, it isn't. It is a good ship. It is a fun ship. I never had so much fun Dakka-ing down enemy destroyers, to be honest. But again, now I need to go into the bad parts of the ship because they need to be mentioned. As I said, it's easy to hype this thing. It's easy to, make you grind your way through the entire Japanese tech tree to then have this destroyer and then have a rude awakening in the matches to come. What I mean is that the greatest strength of this ship, the guns, are also its greatest weakness, because while they have very nice handling and high rate of fire and DPM, you see there are so many issues associated with it. For example, you don't have base use HE, you don't have semi-armor piercing and no armor piercing shell at all. You only have your stock HE shell, which is for free and which I use 99% of the time, that only packs 950 grams of TNT. As a comparison, the Frunze has stock base use HE with 2.2 kilograms and similar accuracy. Likewise does the German Type 1939 the T-22 packed 1.5 kilograms in the stock HE shell and also the base use HE shell, and both those mentioned ships are a full battle rating lower, so they will never face cruisers. And this ship's Achilles heel are cruisers, because you can't do anything against them. Your HE shell is not even strong enough to reliably knock out a gun turret. And you just can't breach the armor. You cannot set the enemy on fire. Yes, some annoying hits on some AA emplacements or single mountings or even on some smokestacks are possible, but you will melt in the cruiser fire like you melt enemy destroyers. So that is the major weakness, because you get up-tiered all the time, and not versus 5.0, 5.3 cruisers, no, versus the creme de la creme, the 5.7 cruisers. Kirov, Brooklyn, HMS Southampton, HMS Tiger, and also the German light cruisers are all the same. They are, they are invulnerable to your fire, except for the torpedoes. But the torpedoes, they are not an active defense. They are more like, let's just rob them in a direction and let's hope for the best. Yes, those long lances are amazing, but you only have 4 at a time, and then you need to reload, and the firing angles are restricted. The long lances themselves are simply the best torpedoes that there are. 20 kilometer range, 93 kilometers per hour speed, and with half a ton of a warhead of TNT, they just will one-shot everything. So you have so many good aspects and so many bad aspects. When you come into a favorable position, the ship is so satisfying, so fun. You can swing around your guns, you have a high rate of fire, and even your front turrets deliver more DPM than a Soviet destroyer has with a full broadside. Obviously, the shells themselves are not that strong, as you can see, but the rate of fire, the precision, the reliability versus enemy gunboats, patrol boats or destroyers, you kill them. That's the good thing. Again, the negative side about the turrets is that they are easy to knock out, and then you lose a substantial fraction of your firepower really quickly, all the time. A single hit on my back knocked out 2 turrets, so I only have my front turrets left. Yes, they still pack a lot of DPM, but it might just not be enough to kill an enemy before he can return fire. Just to bring things into perspective here, the German destroyers of similar battle rating, 4.7, is the Type 1936A MOB, the Z-32, aka the Narvik-Zerstörer. And that has not 3.9 inch guns like you have, but rather 5.9 inch cruiser grade guns, and that stock HE delivers 4 times as much TNT with 3.91 kilograms, and the base use HE 3.32 kilograms. Yes, the ship also has a lot of issues versus cruisers, but it at least has a little better chance. Then there are also the American 4.7 destroyers. The USS Sumner and the USS Somers have also a lot of Dakka. The USS Summer also has 4 twin 5-inch guns, and they have a 4-second reload, so that there is not that much difference. Then it has proximity fuse shells. The stock HE shell delivers 3.22 kilograms of TNT, so more than 3 times as much as you. And it also has semi-armor piercing, so it at least can threaten enemy cruisers and knock out their gun turrets, etc, etc. And it is also equipped with a lot of torpedoes, 12 of them to your 8. And it can fire them all at once. So much for that. And its anti-aircraft batteries are better. Now, I have mentioned already the 25mm guns, but they are not really that impressive because they have a limited range, the muzzle velocity is not all that great, the rate of fire is not all that great, and they are not really threatening aircraft like 37mm from the Germans or the Russians or the 40mm variants of the Americans and the British. So the ship offers a lot of Dakka, and that is very fun and very successful versus ships, planes, etc. that are not really playing at maximum strength or have no armor or are just surprised by the Dakka. Yes, this ship is an awesome ambush killer. Look at this, look at the rate of fire. Actually here the aiming system screwed here a little bit with me, and I should focus here the Project 159, which I attempt to do right now, but yeah, it won't just happen in time. But I launched also the torpedoes, and I'm hiding behind the island before I take severe damage. So that was a great ambush run, right? Yeah, that is the ship's strength. Let's talk about the rest of the ship and how it handles. Well, first of all, its displacement is quite big, with 3,700 tons. That is the same as the German Narvik-Zerstörer, the Z-32. However, the ship has no anti-fragmentation armor like the American destroyers, and so you take very quickly a lot of damage, even from the 20mm Gatlings, from 40mm Bofors, not even to mention from 5-inch HE shells from other nations' destroyers. So you will go down relatively quickly, and your gun turrets are also very easy to hit and very easy to knock out, as I mentioned previously. Then the ship's speed is 61 kilometers per hour. That is not bad, that is not slow, but if we compare it to some other nations' destroyers, even the Narvik-Zerstörer goes up to 68 kilometers per hour, the Z-20 to 71, and the Americans are also no slouches with 69, 63 and 65 kilometers per hour for their Fletcher, Sommer and Sumner. And the Soviets, yeah, well, you know, Leningrad 80 kilometers per hour, Project 7 Ustroini 67 kilometers per hour, 79 for the Tashkent, etc., etc. So you're just simply a rather slow destroyer, really. And even the battle goes at 70 kilometers per hour, 69 for the N-Class, Tribal at 67, and Haida at 67. So at your battle rating, you are the slowest destroyer. That's just how it is. And then to try to dodge stuff, well, it's not gonna work out that well, right? And you receive a single hit to one of your engines or to the funnel, and then you're out, and then you're just simply done. You just lose so much speed, and your turning circle is also, thanks to your size, for a destroyer, rather huge. So the ship's handling is not the greatest. The ship's torpedoes are the best, but it has severe limitations in the amount of them and also in the firing angles. The guns themselves are absolutely awesome. The radar fire, the precision, the muzzle velocity, the firing angles, the turret rotation speeds, it's absolutely phenomenal, but the shells are the problem. The HE shells deliver small amounts of TNT, you have no armor piercing, you have no semi-armor piercing, you have no base use HE, you have no fragmentation shells. The only other shell that you have is a flak shell, and versus aircraft it is not that easy to deliver, again thanks to the small burst that is not even a third of the American 5-inch proximity fuse shells. So you have a lot of severe restrictions. So when it comes into the right situation, the ship is hilariously fun, right? To Dakka down an enemy destroyer with that reliability of hitting them in the first place and having the jump on them thanks to the turret rotation speed and firing angles, it is glorious. And that is the selling point of the ship. But this is something that you will not experience, sadly, all that often, because battle rating 4.7 leads you into the 5.7 battle ratings, where all the Japanese heavy cruisers are, where the best performing cruisers in general are. Again, Kirov, Brooklyn, Tiger, Southampton, and even the Nuremberg, and obviously the Japanese heavy cruisers are there. So you get up tiered a lot, and it takes a long time to find the match, and then the majority of players are bots. And then if the other 3 ships on your team are heavy cruisers of 5.7 battle rating, it's not fun. This is where the fun gets quenched so quickly. And this is something that I need to bring forward. And again, you can't do anything versus light cruisers, despite your awesome performance versus lower battle rating or equal battle rating destroyers. I would pay good money to see a very nice fight versus a Narvik-Zerstörer versus this one. Alpha strike and reliability of base use HE versus pure DPM of small TNT filled HE shells from the Akizuki. I would pay good money for that, but it rarely happens. I didn't come across a Narvik-Zerstörer in all the matches that I played. And you don't get encountered that often where you actually could use your long lances to great effect. And again, here the end fight is here versus a Japanese light cruiser, and there you can see that I have no chance at all versus this guy. I can knock out the funnels, I can knock out the bridge, I can knock out some single gun mountings, but I have no chance to go through the armor, to ignite the ammunition, and to knock out the cruiser completely at all, because the majority of the crew is within the citadel and I can't do anything against this. Yes, this ship was designed as an anti-aircraft escort destroyer, but even versus aircraft it has its limitations in game, and 25mm are not really that great. So that's it for me with this ship presentation. That's the first impressions. Let's hope that I can make a ship review anytime soon, also about the other ships. But for all of you who wanted me to make a video about the Dakka ship, aka the IJN Akizuki, that's the best that I could deliver. The killer for the ship is the up tier, and I got up tiered the entire day in 90% of my matches. That's it for me today. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other in the skies, on the battlefields, and on the waves of War Thunder.